Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we proudly present this podcast to you in all its glory. They are the bearded wonders, the twin sons from different mothers. He is Blake, he is Sal, and together they are the Blake and Sal Show. And if you're not okay with that, I have two words for you. Stay tuned.
We wanna stay, but can't find peace while sitting still. I guess we never will. We run away, we won't hurry back again. The journey is the end.
Hey guys, it's Matt coming to you from Windy City, Schaumburg, Illinois. So I didn't really do a recap through the day. I figured I was just going to wait until the end. So everything is finally wrapped up. All the closing ceremonies have been recorded. So starting from the beginning of the day, I attended a panel with podcasters, YouTubers. It was very fun. It was just basically kind of more of a Q&A situation. People can ask them just random questions, funny stories, things like that. It's very funny. I highly recommend listening to that. Check them out online as well. The presenters for that podcast was AC Racefest, Saber Spark, and Paleostino. From what it sounds like, sounds like they have some pretty good podcasts, so definitely check them out.
Panel. All four of us are podcasters. We each have a podcast that we're a part of.
Each one of us as one single one.
As one. No, we have kind of a mixed match up here. I guess, Paleo, if you want to start introducing your podcast that you do.
Yeah, so there's a podcast I do called POS Podcast. That's live streamed to my channel like every other Monday. And I do it with Saber, our friend Hirasashi, and like we have like a sort of like revolving door of like recurring guests. We have like Tommy Oliver, our friend Jax Glade. Sometimes other people join in, like our friend Matt, or sometimes Race is on. So yeah, we just talk about like entertainment news and movies, and so yeah.
Cool. And then we also have representing up here the Semi Perfect podcast, which was a podcast Saber and I started. It's always amazing me how long ago these things have started. It's like, oh wow, like 2015. It's like it's been 84 years. But yeah, so we got that going, and now it's actually mostly ran by my fiance Toodles. But we also have like Laura joins us on that, and a whole bunch of other people. Black Griffin is a common. When we can find him, when he's not stuck in the air somewhere in his jet plane or whatever.
There was one time where he was on time, and like
one time.
Yeah, and I was like, this isn't right.
Go away. And I think he had to leave for dinner like 5 minutes into it. They were like, the potatoes are ready.
Yeah, they had a little ring bell from his mother.
But yeah, so we have a whole kind of cast of people. Hirasashi also joins on that, Panama Matt. And yeah, essentially what, both podcasts, yours is still bi-weekly, right?
Yeah, still bi-weekly.
Yeah, and yours bi-weekly Monday.
Yeah.
And then Semi Perfect is a bi-weekly show on Wednesdays, and I think they're on the same week.
Well, not now, because I delayed mine after like Saber got back from BabsCon, because like I didn't want to do it that Monday, so I delayed it. And also because like Windy City was happening too.
There you go. Okay, so now they're offset.
Yeah, now
cool.
they're offset again.
I'm paying attention. So yeah, they're each week there's one of the podcasts. But yeah, essentially what we talk about, a lot of stuff is just a bunch of random topics. Some involving entertainment, media, just random life stories and whatever. And what we usually do for these podcast panels is just kind of a Q&A session, and this is like, whatever you guys want to ask. Obviously, family-friendly panel, but whatever you guys feel like asking, any of the individuals up here or all of us, you can just ask random questions or things about movies, things about what you think about this. Do we have any takers that want to start things off? Come on and line up in front of the mic, everybody.
Oh, we need the Q&A mic on.
No, that's just a prop.
Yeah, like you said, we also. So I used to do a podcast called Nerd Echo. It's kind of a hiatus at the moment, but part of that is asking who would win questions. So if you want to come up to the stage, or not stage, but ask the microphone and be like, hey, who would win a fight, Rainbow Dash or a report card? Go for it.
The principal always wins.
Absolutely.
Mother.
So I was just going to ask that, aside from the gavel stuff, what other trouble has Saber caused at past conventions that I have not attended?
God, where do you want to start?
About reading more phones
Yeah, I
in the
mean,
elevator.
it wasn't trouble, it was just convenience.
It was silly though.
It was-
I'm sorry.
And they got flat out wasted at BabsCon.
Like flat out.
Yeah.
It was.
And it wasn't like on purpose, like I'm gonna, get completely drunk to be a burden upon others. And I just had way too much to drink. I'm like, oh god, I haven't had that much drink since college. So it's been like almost 10 years.
It was a perfect storm of things because we were part of a panel called Toasty Writers, and it involved some of the show staff and alcohol. It was a 21 plus panel, and so alcohol was provided. The idea
For free.
for free. So it's not like Saber was at the bar like another. But what happened was we didn't realize that the panel. We thought it started when it ended, so we didn't plan accordingly for dinner. So we hadn't eaten anything since lunch. So you were basically on an empty stomach.
I guess about that story of the highlight of it is after the panel, like it went from like coherent drunk to like, oh god, I'm starting to blur out here. And I sat down next to this table, and my head was all spotty. I was just like kind of existing, and then someone put a lemon next to me, and I'm like, I just bit into it, and I don't know why. I was just like, there's no logic. I guess just wanted to bite into it. And
It's on the blog. You can see
yeah,
it.
actually on his blog. Like I'm not making this up. I remember Ray being like, did you just bite into a lemon?
What blog is this again?
It's the BabsCon vlog, the Saturday night. This year, like 2 weeks ago. You were hungry.
I think if there's any logic, it's I wanted to feel something at that moment. It's all lemon.
I just want to feel alive.
I wanted to feel something.
I am existing. No, it was fun because I had to ask him, like, is that a way that you eat lemons? Like, is that a thing that I never knew about?
I'm from Georgia. We just bite into them.
Hardcore.
The opposite of Cave Johnson.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
I have a good question. Do any of you guys actually watch the podcast? And we heard you say no. Okay, cool. Very cool.
Everyone who didn't raise their hand, get out.
No. Stay.
Okay, my question is, what has been your essentially favorite stories on the podcast?
Oh, favorite story on the podcast?
I know one from POS, but we can't say it here.
Why?
Can you give me a title of what that story could be?
Make it family friendly.
Starts with an F.
Oh, Forrest?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we can't say that.
Oh, okay. There was another. I think one of our pretty amusing podcasts also involved alcohol. It was so when Saber gets drunk, like not like wasted, just. Is it more of a buzzed effect, or is that when you're kind of like drunk? When you're just like, I love you, because you love everything. Like you're like paleo. Well, not, but Grace, I love you. No, and it's great because you also get like really inspirational, which also happened at BabsCon. And anyways, on the podcast we had one of those where
He was almost about to like share too much information.
Oh, yeah.
We stopped him.
Yeah, you were gonna tell a story about. So I went to the doctor the other day, and we're like, okay, Saber, that's good.
I went to the doctor for an ultrasound, and I was like, let me tell you about the details. First thing about the jelly, and they're like, no. Nope.
No, but yeah, no.
They slathered it all over my head.
There's so many. The fun thing about the podcast is that we've been doing it now for about 3 years, and at least a semi-perfect one. And there's been a lot of stories that have just been like hilarious. I forget what it was, but I remember Sarah once like messed up how she said something, and we spent the rest of the podcast just like making fun of how she said whatever it was. I wish I remembered, but yeah. And Sarah's like kind of like, I guess, like the rock of the podcast. Like, you know, she
The Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
I think I have a story I could share. So this is from the podcast. I remember I was talking to my girlfriend here, because she's also on the podcast, and we were like, during the podcast, I was just reminiscing about my childhood, and I remembered I was a very weird child, like just did weird, stupid stuff. Nothing like destructive, just weird, like the heck. And one of those weird things that I did is I was a big fan of the comic Calvin and Hobbes. And
Oh, yeah.
I am like, cool, Hobbes is like a living tiger, but he's not. And I was like, I think this is the worst part. It's like I'm way too old for doing what I was doing at the time. I was like 10. And I'm like, I want to have a Hobbes of my own. So I had this little teddy bear that was like that tall. And I would be like, let's go on adventures. So you see like this 10-year-old boy man, I guess, running around the neighborhood, you know, with his teddy bear. And one day I'm like, I want to have a picnic with my teddy bear. So I decided, because I lived in like a middle class like neighborhood, so there's a golf course nearby. What's that?
Remind me of Teddy from My Little Ponytail.
Oh, just wait. So basically, I went to the golf course. I'm like, oh, there's a great vista. You know, we could sit down near the tee and have some PB&J on this little like towel that I brought from my like bathroom. It wasn't a picnic, you know, blanket.
It wasn't even like a beach towel?
It was a towel, like
Just a regular
like
towel.
drying yourself off. Very bare bones. So I went over there, I set up everything, like, this is great, what can go wrong? So I'm just sitting there eating a sandwich with my teddy bears propped up against a tree, and I just hear these, I hear these two golf carts stop, and I turn around, and then just these golfers are just standing there staring at me as I'm on my belly with a teddy bear next to me eating a sandwich on a bathing towel. And at that moment I realized, oh, this doesn't look right. Gathered my stuff up. Oh my God, don't look at me! Don't look at me!
Also, to clarify, you said you didn't do anything destructive just
I
now.
don't do destructive stuff.
However,
What?
does like destroying someone's drywall in their basement not count as destructive?
Oh, okay. Then one more story. So, again, I was a weird kid. And I was one of those kids where, like, I didn't really care about your friendship. I just cared about your stuff. I'm just being real. I'm just being real. Like, it's like, my best friend had a Nintendo 64 and a Genesis, and he's my best friend, dang it. And his stuff's awesome.
I borrowed that.
Well, I had this one friend named Austin Madiak, and he came from a very rich family. And I say that because, like, I mean, am I alone where, like, as a kid, you're like, that's Alex Gilmore, that's Austin Stovall, like, he their full name, or just okay, never mind. I think I'm named up pretty hard. All right, so they're pretty famous.
Find them on Facebook.
Showing off. Once you know this, like a Genesis. So basically, Austin came from a very rich family. The basement had all this old school retro, like, cabinet games, like Galaga, Pac-Man, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. But the family hated me, especially the mom. I don't understand why. Wonderful child. But I went down to visit Austin, and his mother was leaving to go to Home Depot or something like that. Or she's like, "Listen, you guys can't hang out inside the house. You have to hang outside in the backyard in the playground. It was unlocked in case of an emergency. But